Okay, so OpenAI has just dropped its next major leap in AI. It's called GPT-5. And let me tell you, this is not just some small incremental update. No, this is a fundamental redesign of how we're all going to be working with artificial intelligence. So what does this new era actually feel like?
Nothing captures the sheer scale of this change better than this quote from Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI himself. When the guy who created the last revolutionary model says it now feels miserable to use, well, the entire game has just changed. This isn't just about getting slightly better answers, it's a massive improvement in speed and the whole experience of using it.
So what is this new reality we're stepping into? Seriously, forget everything you think about incremental improvements. This is a full-on generational shift. The goal here is to put true, expert-level intelligence right into the hands of everyone, and for free.
OpenAI's official line calls it their smartest, fastest, most useful model yet. And you know what? They are not being subtle about its ambition. The core promise is an AI that's way more capable, way more reliable, and just seamlessly plugs into how we work every single day.
But to really, truly appreciate this massive leap forward, we got to take a quick look back. Let's remember the frustrations we all had with the last generation of AI. Even with a tool as powerful as GPT-4, there was always this feeling of hitting a ceiling, right?
So the old way, over there on the left, that was all about friction. You had those slow responses that would just kill your creative flow, those nagging errors and hallucinations, and, that super clunky process of having to manually switch between different models. But now, look at the right. The promise of GPT-5 is the exact opposite. Insane speed, way better reliability, and these two huge breakthroughs, a unified model and this new thing called vibe coding.
And that brings us right to the solution. GPT-5 has been built from the ground up to be this unified AI partner, designed specifically to get rid of all those old problems. Let's dig into how it actually works.
So the secret sauce is this unified model. Basically, instead of you having to guess, should I use the reasoning model or the coding model for this, GPT-5 just figures it out for you. It automatically sends your request to the right internal expert for the job. Honestly, this is a massive quality of life improvement.
But here's maybe the biggest bombshell of all. Accessibility. For the very first time, advanced reasoning, the AI's ability to actually think through complex problems, is available to everyone for free. This is the kind of stuff that used to be locked behind subscriptions that cost hundreds of dollars a month. Making it free puts expert-level problem-solving into millions and millions of new hands.
Okay, I know. Those are some big promises. But talk is cheap, right? So let's get into the proof. Because the new capabilities, well, frankly, they're just wild.
Let's start with coding. It scored a staggering 74.9% on the SWE bench. And just so we're clear, this isn't some abstract academic test. No, this is about solving real-world software bugs pulled straight from actual GitHub projects. That score makes it the single strongest coding model on the planet, able to fix complex bugs that would stump a lot of human developers.
And that raw coding power unlocks a totally new way of creating things, something they're calling vibe coding. Yeah, you heard me right. Forget needing to know Python. You can now just describe the vibe of what you want, like a cool retro game or a sleek business app in plain English. And GPT-5 just builds it. This is a total game changer for anyone who has an idea but doesn't know how to code.
And vibe coding leads to something even more insane. One-shot app building. People have been testing this by describing an entire game or a business tool in a single, simple prompt, and GPT-5 spits out a complete, working version on the very first try. We are literally entering an era of creating software on demand.
But it's not just a coder. It's a brilliant mathematician, too. Get this. It scored 94.6% on a whole set of college-level math problems. And we're not just talking about calculations. This shows deep logical reasoning. The top-tier Pro model takes it even farther, scoring over 88% on PhD-level science problems. That requires some seriously deep, multi-step thinking.
Now, what about reliability? The whole hallucination problem where the AI just makes stuff up? That's been a huge roadblock. Well, check this out. In its thinking mode, GPT-5 is up to 80% less likely to do that than GPT-4 was.
That leap in just being trustworthy is absolutely critical for any real business use, like data analysis or customer support.
And finally, it's just a way more capable assistant in the real world. With better tool calling, it can now manage these complex workflows that stretch across multiple apps. I mean, imagine asking it to research a topic, analyze the data in a spreadsheet, then draft an email about it, and schedule a meeting in your calendar, finding a time when you're free. That's where we are now.
As incredible as all this sounds, it's super important we take a step back for a reality check. This is an exceptionally powerful tool, no doubt about it, but it is not a magic bullet. It's not suddenly the best at every single thing, and the competition out there is actually more interesting than ever.
Just look at this head-to-head coding test. When someone asked it to build a simple little jumping ball game, a competitor, Claude, actually nailed it on the first try, while GPT-5 kind of struggled. But then, when the task got way more complex, building an interactive beatmaker app, GPT-5 produced something far, far superior and more feature-rich.
And you see the same kind of nuance when it comes to writing. So when generating an article for SEO, GPT-5 might come up with a catchier title, but the actual body of the article from Claude, it just felt more natural, more human. And ultimately, it was better at avoiding that generic AI fluff we all kind of hate.
So what's the big lesson here? We're moving past the simple question of which AI is the best. The real skill, the real advantage, is knowing which of these incredibly powerful tools to pull out of your toolbox for which specific job. GPT-5 for complex logic and creation, maybe Claude for more natural-sounding text.
So with this massive leap in what's possible, the question really shifts. It's not if this technology is going to change your work, it's how you're going to use it. And this moment presents a really clear choice for every single professional and every single business out there.
Look, this is a genuine window of opportunity. AI isn't just a tool for efficiency anymore. It's an engine for creating things that were literally impossible just last year. The individuals and the businesses that start mastering these tools right now, they aren't just getting a little bit ahead. They're building the future on a completely different foundation.
And for those of you who really are looking to be pioneers, the source material we drew from for this explainer pointed to one potential path: dedicated learning communities. It highlighted a group called the AI Profit Boardroom, which offers things like daily coaching and masterclasses specifically to help its members stay right on the cutting edge of this whole transformation.
And really, that brings us right to the final thought. The AI revolution just slammed its foot on the accelerator. The tools to build the future, they're more powerful and more accessible than they have ever been. So the only question left is, what are you going to build with them? Are you going to be a pioneer or a follower?